This is what a McDonald's ad looked like to a kid in the 1980s. And this is what it looks like in the 2020s.
Kids aren't just contending with ads on television programming anymore. They still see those, but it's also ads on social media, on YouTube, on their online learning platforms,
on game apps.
Ask your parents to download McPlay today.
And even in the metaverse, if it ever actually becomes cool. Watching online videos on sites like YouTube make up the majority of kids' screen time, and 27% of all 5 to 8-year-olds follow YouTube influencers.
I think all brands are working with influencers. I think there's very few brands nowadays who aren't. Influencers are very much more so authentic. When they promote a product or a service, it feels more genuine. It doesn't feel like a traditional ad.
Kids are watching these characters and they form a bond with them where they feel like they know, like, trust, or want to be like the character or the person they even think of sort of as a friend in these videos.
Influencer marketing has proven highly effective when it comes to junk food. One study found that kids who watched influencers with unhealthy snacks were more likely to eat an unhealthy snack soon after.
And the finger of blame can often be pointed at parents who don't care or don't know what makes up a good diet.
Historically, Americans believe parents are primarily responsible for feeding kids and feeding them healthy diets. But they're facing a multi-billion-dollar food advertising industry that isn't making it easy. A post-analysis found that from 2017 to 2022, advertisers spent $18 billion marketing food products, and the largest share was for fast food and candy.
If a child sees a commercial for something, they might take what the person or character in the commercial is saying as a statement of fact and not something that they're saying to try to get the child themselves to buy something or ask their parent to buy them something.
And now there are a lot more places beyond TV commercials where kids can see ads. YouTube has made an effort to limit advertising directly to kids. It prohibits advertisers from running ads for products related to consumable food and drinks, regardless of nutrition content, on videos set as made for kids and on YouTube Kids. When it comes to the content of the videos themselves, YouTube Kids also bans paid product placements or endorsements. But it does not restrict creators from featuring foods high in sugar, salt, and fat altogether. Instagram and TikTok don't have separate kids spaces like YouTube Kids, although they do have some restrictions. You're supposed to be 13 to sign up for an Instagram account, and TikTok says it offers a view-only experience for kids under that age with no traditional ads. Neither Instagram nor TikTok have company-created restrictions on advertising high-fat, salt, or sugar foods. Even with all these restrictions, content creators still feature branded food products in their videos, even when they're not paid to do so.
We selected the top 13 child influencers. 4 out of every 10 videos viewed had branded products in them. And they were mostly what we would consider, categories that are primarily unhealthy. Many of these branded products were from companies that participate in the Children's Food and Beverage Advertising Initiative, which is a U.S. food industry self-regulatory program.
Many of the brands in these videos are not paying for product placement, and they voluntarily commit to the guidelines set out by groups like the CFBAI. Coca-Cola has a marketing policy that explicitly states the company will not advertise any of its beverages to children under 13. Seeing brands can still have an effect on what kids want to consume. And as a viewer, it can be difficult to know whether content creators are being paid to feature brands in their videos. The Federal Trade Commission, the government agency tasked with regulating deceptive advertising, requires content creators to clearly disclose partnerships with brands.
But that doesn't always happen, and sometimes it's not clear to the user either that something's an ad. It might be hashtag ad buried in a series of hashtags, or they might not state it in the video itself.
Government regulation on food advertising to kids continues to stall. Congress even blocked a 2011 report on food advertising, and every year since, it has approved a rider to an appropriations bill that keeps the FTC from completing it. As of now, there isn't one blanket policy that can cover all the spaces where kids see advertisements in the US. But there's evidence that limiting them works. Chile phased out ads of foods and drinks that are high in calories, sugar, salt, and saturated fats targeted at kids in 2016, and saw a 24% drop in calories purchased per household after the first year.
Advertising to children creates lifelong consumers and creates an association with the brand that really lasts forever. So if we want healthier children and a healthier future, I think it's really important to consider these effects at a young age.